Hello everyone, welcome back to Susie Saves. I'm Susie and today is Monday. Good morning, welcome on in. And we are doing our cash budgeting. So I used to just use my card, debit card, luckily not a credit card, but I just don't see physical money the same way I see like a card. I don't know, it's me. I know other people don't have a problem with this, but when I just spend on the card over and over, I don't think about how I'm spending money. So we turned to cash stuffing and cash budgeting. About 2 years ago, we decided to do this, and it's changed everything for our finances. This means that when you get paid, for me, I get paid weekly. I could do a budget every 2 weeks or once a month, like some more traditional jobs when they get paid. But if I don't budget once a week, the money will float away. It will disappear. So instead, I really like budgeting, so I'm fine doing it once a week and staying on top of it. And then cash stuffing. So I did the cash stuffing for this budget yesterday, so you can go to that video and see that. But today, we're gonna talk about what exactly we did. So our income this week, we have me and my husband. My husband just started his job back in April. So I was doing a lot of cash stuffing and stuff before then, but now that we have 2 incomes, it's been fantastic. And I worked a full week last week, so I got the full $790. My husband is salary, so he gets $950. To have our total budget money this week, $1,740. Perfect. So let's jump into it. For our expenses, we have our non-variable expenses. So our expenses that we pay every month that are almost always the same. Internet has had its months where it goes up for no reason and I have to wait on the phone for like 3 hours to try and be like, why did you do that? Bring it back down, please. It has been pretty good. I called them back in February, I think. And right now it is actually $85, so I could put $22 towards this. But I'm gonna keep it at $23 because just in case it shoots back up, I would like to have the money in there to cover that. Rent is $800 a month, so it gets $200 a week. Then we have variable expenses. So for instance, sometimes you need to buy things, but you don't know how much they're going to cost. That might seem kind of weird, but for instance, gas. I don't know if you know every time, every week, every day, how the gas price is going to change, but probably not. So instead, I just took what my gas price normally is and I rounded it up to the nearest 10. So normally to fill a tank from empty, we're looking at $42. So I rounded that to 50, and then I gave my husband and myself both that amount of money. For groceries, I think it can be hard to determine a number. For this, the best plan is just look at your receipts, see how much you've been spending, and ask yourself, is that too much? Do I not like spending that much on groceries, or do I think it's fine? If it's fine, just like total up your last 3 receipts, find the average, and use that. I don't exactly remember how we came up with this number, but our number is $60. I think part of that was because when it was just me working, we didn't have more money than that to put towards that. Now that both of us are working, we could increase this from 60, but we've been buying $60 worth of groceries for like 2 years and it's been fine. Granted, yes, it has gotten tighter over that time. Especially now we're buying like more fruits and vegetables. So it's been getting tighter. So we might up this sometime. I'm not really ready to have that discussion yet. We'll see maybe another 2 months how the groceries are looking at $60. And if we're constantly going over, or if we feel that we're not able to significantly pack our pantry, then we'll change that. But normally we only shop for like the meals we're going to make that week, and then that's it. But we do both work full-time jobs, so we have to have lunches that are able to get heated up pretty quickly. My husband only gets half an hour for his break. I get an hour, so I have more long time to like heat up some foods. But he doesn't like spending more than like 3 minutes, if that, at the microwave, just because, you know, other people are there and you got to be considerate. Okay, sorry, that was a tangent. The next one down is miscellaneous. We've not been using this category, so I'm actually thinking about taking it down to $20. But basically, life happens, and there are things you don't budget for. So say you're out somewhere, and your mom texts you, hey, before you head over, can you stop by the store and pick up XYZ? This would be the money I would use for that. And then maybe replenish it when I get home from like gifts or something. But I don't know about y'all, but I wouldn't get reimbursed for that from my parents. So that money, it's nice to have a little bit extra money just in case. Dining out is getting $50. We have actually not dined out in the past 2 weeks. So we have $100 in there right now. The max for this, we have a max at $200. So next week, if I put in another $50 and we haven't spent anything, then we'll stop filling this until we spend. Or just fill it up whatever we end up spending on a meal. But it's been doing great. Really happy to have this category now. Food is kind of our way of spending time together. Normally it's making food. Both of us have kind of a love language of making each other tasty meals, but sometimes it's nice to go out. And sometimes people invite you out and you want to be able to say yes. So that is there as well. Next is our spending money. This is a very new addition to the budget because, like I said before, when it was just me working, budget was too tight to have any kind of money not accounted for per se. So we ran the numbers and we decided on $50 a week for both of us. And it's been fine. I've not been spending it. He's not really been spending it. It's been kind of hard to get out of the save mindset. But it does mean that if something breaks, for instance, my purse has broken and I need to replace it, or if you see something or you want to have an event or bring something to an event, we have discretionary money to use for that. So our total expenses this week then is that correct? Let's make sure before I write it down. No, I got a different number. Did I type that in wrong? $200 for rent, $23 for internet, $60 for groceries, $100 for gas, $30 for miscellaneous, $50 for dining, $100 for spending. So that brings our total this week up to $563 in expenses. We're gonna skip savings because all the rest of our money goes to savings, so we can dilly that up a little differently. For our sinking funds, we have car maintenance. This is fully funded. It's actually way overfunded probably. I put $10 a week in. That's been fine for keeping up with oil changes and such, but I added a whole bunch more money in for car emergencies. So, we had to get you towed because you got a flat tire, or the headlights have gone out, or like something that's more, maybe a little bit more expensive. Headlights are really expensive, but something more than oil changes. So I've added a little bit more money in there. And it's full right now because I'm getting my car AC fixed. So once that gets fixed, we will reallocate probably close to like $1,000 out of this into savings probably, or into investments. Next is car insurance, and I always pair this with the phone bill. These are both mine. So me and my husband are both on our respective like parents' plans. I've always paid for my phone bill myself. That was one of the stipulations of me having a phone. I got a phone, I think I was allowed to have a phone at 16, 15. And so maybe 13 for a phone, and then 16 for a phone with internet, I think. So when I got my phone, the stipulation was that I would pay for the bill. And that is still what I do. I pay my phone bill. And for the car insurance, I didn't start paying car insurance until I was an adult, I believe. And both of these get paid once a year, and then I just pay my parents back for them. And they just happen to be like $650 a piece, which is like $13 a week. So I pay for that. My husband, his parents have not yet, or I don't know if they will, but they have not brought up anything about contributing to that for his side of things. We're going to count our blessings and let it be. But it is something that I think about every week. But they've not shown any signs of wanting him to pay that, or like even thinking about having him pay that. So we're just going to keep it as is for now. Next is pets. Pets is also fully funded for their vet bill in February. They get $10 a week. This is mostly for cat food, litter, and flea medicine, but we also have lizards. We have 2 lovely bearded dragons, Romeo and Juliet, and they eat different vegetables and stuff than we do. So sometimes we'll buy them their veggies. They eat crickets and worms as well. So if we wanted to get them anything like that, that would come out of that budget. Next is gifts. This is mostly Christmas and birthdays, but this year we've had a lot of like graduations. We had a baby shower, actually 2 baby showers. And we had 2 weddings last year, but none yet this year, other than our own. So this money has been fine. I think we have enough money if we continue like this for Christmas. If you are sinking fund for Christmas, please remember to have your sinking fund filled mid-November and not mid-December, because you need to purchase the gifts and have them get here if you're ordering online. So just give yourself a little bit more time. Having a sinking fund for Christmas completed on Christmas is not enough time to go buy presents normally. So please be proactive about that. And then last but not least is health. We talked a little bit about health last time. So I've been officially kicked off my mother's health insurance. My job is contract, so I do not get health insurance from my job. That's what we're doing. That's what we're missing. I knew this number was weird. Sorry. It's Netflix and YouTube. I don't get car insurance. I don't get health insurance from my job. So we would have to wait. My husband gets kicked off his health insurance from his family in November. And we'll see at that time what the deal is about adding us both and getting on a health insurance plan. TMI, but I have a reproductive disease, and my husband has to get chemotherapy because he has an autoimmune disease. So we would need a high deductible HSA approved health plan, which is fine. I've been very looking forward to getting an HSA, but I take medicine every day, and so that medicine is $80 every 3 months. I've been talking about how I got that price down, but it's about $80 every 3 months makes it $27 a month, which would be $7 a week. And then my husband has something, his chemo, they won't pay the administration fee. I don't know what that means, but it is $50, which is $13 a week. So I'm gonna increase this to $20. We have a bit of a buffer in there for the other health-related items. This also covers like sunscreen, toothpaste, hygienic items. If glasses broke or something like that, that would come out of there. So I think it's fine to beef that up a little bit to take care of those prescriptions. So sinking funds are going to come to $76 today. Our total debt is 0. We do not have any debt, which was a very big accomplishment that we worked. I mean, we both are college educated. We both have bachelor degrees, so we worked really, really hard to pay for them out of pocket. I got a half-ride scholarship. My husband got Pell Grants, from the government. So we worked really hard to try and make sure that we didn't have student loans. But if you're dealing with that right now, I'm so sorry, and I hope that it gets better for you, and just you've got this. For savings, we have buffer for our checking account, just in case like the internet comes out and it's over what we would think, or something comes out a week early, or anything just super odd like that could happen. Then me and my husband both have our own Roth IRA. We have a stock cash management brokerage account, and then we have our savings, which we are currently saving for a house down payment. So from the $1,740, we spent $537 on expenses. Oh, these were both $5. Sorry about that. And we spent $76 on sinking funds, which gives us $1,091 to put towards our savings for a zero-based budget, which is what we are doing here. Both of our Roths get $200. I'm trying to fill them by the end of the year. This will do that. This stock account, I got a 3% raise back in October, and that money goes here, so it's $25 a week, which gives us, $666, jump scare. Let's go ahead and put $1 in our buffer, and that'll give us $665 to put our savings this week. So I have been debating upping the Roth and kind of lowering the savings for a little bit here until we pay the Roth totally off. But some people say it's better to invest throughout the year than to invest all at one time. So maybe not. Maybe we'll just increase these to like $250 or $300 a week. And I think that'll give us to finish early. It's just one of those things where I want the goal to be done. One of our big goals is filling them, and I just want to mark it off. But I know it might be better to wait. But thank you all so much for being here. Again, if you're interested in the cash stuffing for this, that was released yesterday. If you're interested in where we put our online stuff with the RIAs and IRAs, and retirement plans and stuff, that'll come out tomorrow. I hope you all are having a fantastic Monday. You have got this week under wraps. You can do this. And I'll see you tomorrow. Have a good day, everyone.